Welcome to Tamsguitar.com, and this video is about why you suck at improvisation. Most of the people know the scales and still complain that I can't improvise, it's too difficult. Maybe I think it's not possible for me to improvise in this lifetime and so on. Anyway, so there are 5 reasons why you can't improvise. The first and the most important one is that when you practice scales, you learn the shapes, that is important obviously, and once you are done with it, more or less, when you can play all the shapes, up and down in different positions and stuff, you should play with a backing track. So the first reason, you never try playing with a backing track. So this is the most important reason. I have looped a track here in C major scale with two basic chords, C and F. So if you have a looper, you can go ahead and record something and use this loop to improvise. Or if you don't have a looper, I'm sure you have a smartphone. So smartphones have good mics these days, so you can record audio, record your favorite progression and play it over and over and try soloing. I used to have an MP3 player, which has got an inbuilt mic, and I used to record different chord progressions in my acoustic guitar by strumming. Then I would put it in the computer speaker and play it, and then I would improvise. So you can also do the same thing. And the next important issue is that you cannot understand beat. Even if you are playing with the backing track, it's very important to understand the beat, analyze the beat. So if I start the backing track, here you have to understand the tempo. So here the tempo is like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so whenever a track is going on, if you can't understand, big deal, you won't have to understand anything. Just understand the tempo, count the tempo and play the scale. Just keep it simple. You can increase the speed. Instead of playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, you can do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 Okay, so this is how, just get used to the tempo. Don't try anything fancy. So once you start understanding the tempo, then the next step is, to listen to the chords. This is number 3 point. The third point, it's very important that you listen to the song and figure out where the chords are changing. And I'm sure since you have made your own chord progression, you know which chords you are playing. So I would go like this: 2, 3, 4, C, F, 3, 4, C, F, 3, 4, C. Alright, so once I understood where the chords are changing, the first thing I would calculate in my mind is, whenever the C chord is going on, at least I can play the C note. And whenever the F chord is going on, I would play the F note. So you figure out in this position how many C and F you have. C, F. Alright? And here also you can find, and so on. So first start nailing the chord changes. And now once you have put the dots, it's time to connect the dots. So what you can do, from C to F you need to listen, and play a few notes in between and connect the C's with the F's, okay? And it can be anything, don't think too much about being musical. Now think of some musical ideas. Now if I'm here, it's starting to sound musical. So this is how you can play the root notes and start connecting and start thinking of lines. I'll give you one more example. Okay? And now see, when I'm going from C to F, I'm taking a few notes and stopping in F. But when you are in F, you can again make your way back to C using few notes. So this is how it can be a continuous thing. And another thing, make sure that you stop and let the notes breathe. Don't just keep on playing things, you know. So the final time, this idea, F, I'm just visualizing when the chord is changing. See, I'm making my way back from F to C. In C, I'm playing C, F, C. This is one way. Since you know the scale, you can go anywhere you feel like. Last idea. So the last time I can come back using different notes. And sometimes you can stay on the root note. And if you analyze the theory, you know, behind the chords and stuff, you know, which I'll come to the next step, then you'll see that the C note is a common note between F and C. And this point is about making the notes breathe. You just don't play over and over same thing or any random thing. Sometimes you need to stop. So just see how I'm stopping. Okay, so I'm just giving you ideas you have to explore. And the next important point is to work on a particular idea. Generally, what happens when you start improvising, you will find that different licks are coming out from your hand, which you have never thought of, you know. So the moment you find something interesting, you should stop. Most of the people, they keep on playing stuffs and don't stop. And the ideas are also gone and they are not able to learn. So this is very important. So you're fooling around, for example. Oh. See, something I found interesting by mistake, and I'll work on it and try to make something out of it. I'll keep on playing till I find something more interesting. Okay. Alright, so once you find something, work on it and let it grow. And a single idea will give you 10 more ideas. For example, if I take 3 notes, the same idea, instead of doing, I can do, I can do, I can reverse the order of the notes. Okay? And the final point is using the tools that you have in your tool bag. So once you know the scales, it's expected that you should know the theories related to scales and chords and stuff. So you should know how the scales are formed and how the chords are formed from the notes of the scale and stuff. So that whenever you are taking a chord, a chord progression, you should know what are the constituent elements. So in a live situation, it's not always possible to stop and analyze and then play. So you have to develop this skill so that in a live situation you won't have to stop and think. But when you are practicing, this is the thing that you need to develop. For example, the progression that I was playing over was C and F. So I would start analyzing the chord progression, the notes of C, the arpeggios, I keep on telling arpeggios and triads. So you know that C, E, G. So initially we are taking only the root notes, and now you know that we have 2 more notes in a particular chord. When C is going on, there are 2 more chords that are there, C, E, G, and in F, F, A, C. So you need to settle down with the note names and find out. Once you start analyzing the chord progression and you start thinking of what are the notes in the chords going on, you can take your time and start using each and every note, and see whether it works or not. So I'll give you an example. So for C, I've got C, E, G and F, F, A, C. C, E, G. Look at my hand, you'll get to know F, A, C. So when the progression is going on, I would try to find which note suits. So these 2 are most likely to work, C and F. C, G, F, A, C. See, it's working. You won't have to take all the 3 notes, you can take different groups. Now F is going on. For C, I can take E, C. See, I'm taking C, G for C, A and F for F. See, already some musical things happening. And we need to fill in the blanks. Once these notes are working, we can fill in the blanks. C arpeggio, F arpeggio, this is F note. You can play runs and stuff, So these are the core ideas basically which you can use in order to improve your improvisation. The idea that I have given you might take you 6 months or 1 year to master, but these are very important aspects of improvisation, Most of the people face problem here. So if you can uproot it from the beginning, then it'll be very easy for you to improve. Thanks for watching, and do like us in Facebook and Twitter where there are pages in the name of Tamsguitar, and also mail me at info@tamsguitar.com if you have any queries. And if you like these videos, please subscribe to my channel. Share it with your friends who are in need. See you next time. Bye bye.